Hello, welcome to JavaScript Fundamentals tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to get the values of a checked box. So in other words, we are going to be dealing with checkboxes and how to use JavaScript to retrieve the value whenever you check a box. So let's look at the code, how it is rendered in the browser before we can continue. So as you can see here, I am dealing with the form element checkbox, and I have already included some items to be checked, like colors, as you can see here. So in case you've forgotten, let me remind you how you can navigate to the console, because the idea is for me to use the console to display most of my messages. Right? So here, if I make a selection, alright, I am not going to see anything meaningful. So it's showing me that a particular function, which is show colors, is not yet defined. So this function is always triggered anytime the show selection button is clicked. So to implement the logic behind this, we navigate to our code. And before we can implement this logic, it's important I also walk you through the HTML. So as you can see, the HTML has 3 checkboxes. So each of these checkboxes has a name, color. So the color is the same for all of them. They have the same name. So like we did in our previous tutorial on radio buttons, we are going to be accessing each of these buttons using get elements by name. So we are getting the element by the name attribute here. All right. So the last thing I need you to take note of is the show colors function, which is triggered anytime this button is clicked. Right? So having said that, let's get to the JavaScript, and I am going to start by defining this function, and of course, as usual, to test whether this function actually works. So I will simply console hello. When I console hello, let's check whether it works. And I believe it should work. So when I refresh and click, so you can see hello here displayed. So since this works, let's get back to our browser, our code editor, to check, to complete the rest of the logic. So how am I going to access this? I'm going to declare a constant, and this constant is going to be colors. All right. And this colors, we retrieve the elements, all the elements, get elements by name. And what is the name attribute? As you can see here, the common name is color. So I'll type in color here. All right. So let me confirm to you that this colors element contains like 3 different elements by accessing the length attribute of this element. So when we access the length attribute, we are going to see 3, because we have the first checkbox, the second one, and the third one. So there should be 3. So let's look at our browser to confirm what is going on there. All right. So when I click check, as you can see, you have 3. So having said that, this 3 will make sense for us, except that we are not going to make it static. We are still going to leave it as 3. All right. So I can actually store this somewhere. So maybe I should store it in a variable I or idx. So let me just make it I for now. I'll store the length there, and I'll go ahead and loop through for let me make this idx because I like to use I to iterate. For I equals sorry, this would make more sense. Should I use size? Okay, color size, yeah. So let I equals 0, then I is less than color size, right? Increment I each time by 1, and what I'm going to check, if the particular selection, which is going to be colors, index I dot checked, if it is checked, if anyone is checked, right? This also has a checked attribute whereby anytime a selection is made or anytime a box is checked, then the checked attribute is actually true. So in this case, whenever a checkbox is checked, then I have to console the value that is contained in the checkbox input. So it's similar to what we did in the previous tutorial, right? Value, and let's confirm that everything works. Okay, let me refresh. When I select red color, I have only red. Okay, now let me refresh and select green, red, and let's see, we have red and green. All right, if I add blue, I'm going to see almost everything one more time because it started again, red, green, blue. All right, so if I refresh and make it red and blue, I am going to have red, blue. All right, okay, so this is it, how to use JavaScript to access the value of a checkbox. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and please kindly subscribe and share, and click the notification bell to stay informed anytime I upload new videos to this series. So we have more to come. So I wish you a very good time on this tutorial. Have a nice day and see you in my next tutorial. Bye.